Today's Thursday, it's the 24th of October 2024 and we are down in Magaluf because, well, at least I thought it was market day and then I wasn't sure and now I'm still not quite sure. We parked by the car park where the market used to be. It's only been going a few weeks and there was nothing there, and then we just walked down and we were just outside Morgan's, and we got the chicken stall and we've got a fruit and vegetable stall just here. So that's probably what's become of the Magaluf market. I must say that when it originally set up, I wasn't really quite sure about whether the market would work in Magaluf. Simply not enough people live here. It's not enough residents, and at this end there's very, very few. There's a couple of blocks over there, but pretty much everything else is to do with holidays, holiday rentals, and the car park at the back isn't going to be very good for tourists. What they plan to sell at these markets, which is just really fruit and veg and chicken and underwear. Not even an underwear stall today. And so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Though there was some people buying some fruit and veg there, which is quite good. And maybe if that's the only stall that stays, then at least we've got something established here in Magaluf. Different markets, different days, and so Sunday, I think, is the one in Promenade, so we need to go and have a look to see how that one was faring. Promenade one, I think, might be a little bit more successful because there are a lot more residents in the vicinity. There's a lot more residents in Promenade, and where the market has been situated, it's very close to Son Caliu, and Son Caliu's got quite a large residential area. So yes, the hotels are still open, and there was an announcement by the Calvia Council. That's the council that runs this area. That's Promenade, Magaluf, Santa Ponsa, Baleares, the main resorts, and they've said that the season doesn't finish until November, and I'm assuming by that they meant the end of November. And what they intend to do is to keep the beaches open until November, and they've said next year it's March to November, so whether that applies to this year, we'll see. They were very, very slow this year getting the sunbeds out onto the beach. What they do, they don't do it themselves. It's not done by the council. It's done by a private concern, and the council is one that gives them the concession. And they were just very, very late sorting all of that out this year, and beds didn't appear on the beach. It wasn't just Calvia area. Similar thing happened up in Poyensa. And they always try to blame somebody else. Oh, it's not our fault, because it's their fault. They're the ones that are in charge of these things. They're the ones that give the concessions. But they were blaming it on a previous government who didn't give them the information. We're heading towards the beach because I'm very curious as to what's happened. Last time we came, which was a couple of weeks ago, they'd started digging up the promenade near to Nicky Beach. It seemed a very strange thing to do. Well, I wonder how far they've got. We're just going to enter just about halfway down. And just to give you an idea, the time is just coming up to 11 o'clock in the morning. Just getting past the plaza. We're actually at the bottom of the Magaluf strip now. We did think about going for a swim this morning, but we decided we wanted to come down to Magaluf instead, so no swim this morning, though I think it would have been alright. We've had a lot of rain over the last few days. That's caused a little bit of flooding in places. Looks as though some places have already decided to give up. So this is the stereo bar, and all of their windows are all covered over now, so they're closed for the season. I think the same is going to be true for many places. The real curiosity is that we're only on the 24th, and even by any stretch of the imagination, this is not the end of the season. There's at least another week. Let's have a look to see what's happened to the beach. If you've got a push J, you're not going to get much further, unfortunately. In fact, this is crazy. This really is crazy.
I'll stay here though.
This is Magaluf Promenade, or what remains of it. It's still dead onto the beach, but only at certain locations. The beach umbrellas and sunbeds, they're still out. The Britannia jet is still picking up passengers. But the rest of it is a disgusting building site. And this is happening in October. And it looks like, to me, they have actually taken up the whole of the promenade from here all the way up to Necky Beach. And if I come round, pan round this direction, they're going all the way down there too. It's just absolutely gobsmacking. A low-flying helicopter coming round. Going to come right over here. Well, can't walk along the promenade because there isn't one, and I'm not one for walking on the sand, so well, we'll have to take a different view, a different way of walking. The businesses that are along there, certainly all the ones that are from here, Bondi Beach, the Hadley's Club, all of those are really all closed up. Tom Brown's, which is much further down, has said that they will stay open until the end of the year. End of the year? No, end of October. End of the season. And down this end, well, I don't know, things are just as bad. Absolutely. And the temperature? It's really quite pleasant. At the moment it's probably just about 20 something, 22 degrees, I'm guessing. Don't have a thermometer with me, but it's really quite pleasant. It's going to warm up this afternoon. Should get up to 23 or 24, so it's still sort of beach weather for most people. But not for wandering along the promenade. The excuse, of course, is they want to get all of this work finished before the season starts next year, and it's an estimated 7-month project. Well, they're certainly getting well underway. This is only 2 weeks into it. And there's Bondi Beach, all closed up. And people heading for the beach. You've got to climb through a building site. I must look out for that Carry On film. I think it was called Carry On Abroad. They had to walk along planks in order to get to the beach.
Where?
Or to the hotel. I think it was Carry On Abroad. It was the film. You know, Hattie Jakes and Sid James and all that gang. There's obviously quite a few holidaymakers still around.
There's a sign there for the beach, so it says to go that way to the beach.
All right, it's 300 metres. That's the way to the beach. I hadn't noticed that sign before. So, up to the strip. It's actually pointing towards Palma Nova, isn't it?
Yeah, that's where it says to go.
Well, the beach may be a bit of a struggle. I wonder what the rest of Magaluf's like. I think here, where I'm standing now, which is outside the Guardia Civil, used to be the Tourist Information Office, I think they've had a flood. Looks pretty muddy over here. And we had torrential rain. We have been very lucky in the last few days. There's been forecast of torrential rain, but it happens in different parts of the island. And Anita and I were out shopping in one of the big supermarkets, Carrefour, just across from the Son Moix near to the prison. And as we were checking out, the heavens must have opened, and you could just hear it on their metal roof as the rain came tumbling down. And by the time we'd finished paying for our things and we were making our way out, there were just a few spots, lots of puddles, but just a few spots coming down. And as we drove home, and you can see our house from there pretty much, the roads were dry and there were no sign of any rain at all in Hanover. So we missed it again. A little bit later on, though, it did actually start raining, so we did have some quite heavy rain. These will be enjoying improving of the plants. Some shops, the usual tourist shops are open, as you'd expect. This is one of the blocks, residential blocks. It's one of the old ones dating back many years, and it's one of my favourite buildings. This is the road that's immediately behind the promenade. And again, bars open, shops open. Some places are closed up, but I'm not sure if those are actually open at any point anyway. I must say we don't often walk down here. One of these residential blocks just behind all of these trees, which I don't like the architecture of. Tobaccos. bus dropping people off, I think. These are usually the access points to the beach, but not much access down there. Unless you're a digger driver. The figures have been out actually for the summer so far, and for the Calvia area, surprisingly the number of people staying has actually gone up slightly. People were predicting it wouldn't have done so, though spending on other things seems to have fallen significantly. So while there might be 30% more people, 5% more people they've spent 30% less money once they got here, which a little bit concerning for all of these little businesses, because it means people haven't actually been coming out of the hotels where they're on all-inclusive and they've not been spending their euros. I think that is probably going to be the story of 2024. More people, less spending. There you go. Tom
We're going to have a
Brown's.
coffee at Tom Brown's.
Open as usual. Shall we?
Yes, it'll be 600 litres now.
No walking on the patio in the front. We've only a year or so ago had all of these alleyways dug up, and these have all been newly paved, so this is, I guess, what they're going to continue. But they didn't do it all in one go. They've done it in stages. Tom Brown's. You can go and sit and watch a bulldozing, digger dumping or whatever they do. Well, we have stopped off at Tom Brown's and we have got a coffee, so cheers, and we're going to enjoy the lovely view in front of us. I'll show you that in a second. Cheers, everyone. I don't know how well you can see, but what we've got is a metal fence, and there's been diggers and dumpers and all sorts of things going up and down. Still a beautiful day, and there are people on the beach. Well, it's beautiful on the beach here in Magaluf, and there's still quite a few people here. Lots of sunbeds taken. Lots of sunbeds must have been taken up as well, so not all of the sunbeds. But, well, you can actually get to Tom Brown's from the beach, and well, it's well worth making the effort. I'm always a great fan of Tom Brown's. I've been going there for the last, I guess, nearly 40 years since we first arrived on the island. But that's why, you see the big pipes they're putting in down there? That's why they've had to dig it all up. They've got to improve the infrastructure. Got to go and get the girls, so we've got to be heading back to the car now. Well, there's the elevated swimming pool. And now I've got the sun on my back and it's nice and warm. Some shops are a little bit more upmarket here than the tourist shops that you see elsewhere. Just on this side we've got mango as well. Oh, and looks like the fountains have been on.
Halloween things here.
Yeah, everything's gearing up to Halloween. Could do. So that's where the fountains are, and every now and again they just squirt up and you get very wet if you're standing in the middle of them. Here in the middle of the road, not sure what that's all about, changing the lights, or they could even be putting the Christmas lights up. They're all up in Palmer. The Christmas lights are all in the various streets. Not sure what they're doing here. They might be just changing a bulb. Crossover. Many hills.
Football's on.
Thursday night, we got some football on tonight. The Rangers are playing, so Rangers, oh dear, we've got a meeting tonight. I think that meeting might finish early. We've got a few Rangers supporters in there. What time? 9 o'clock. Well, we just popped in just to say hello. You can see that's where you can watch the Rangers match tonight. If you're a Rangers fan, of course. Speaking to Kathy about the state of the pavements here. So they're going to do the promenade, but the pavements around this side are all affected by these trees. It's nice to have the trees, but they've grown so big and the roots are spreading out, and some of the pavement areas are very uneven, to say the least, broken and well, dangerous. Samos Hotel across the road, and BCM. Hey!
Hello!
Keep bumping into people. That's Davey. Any of you remember the Tartan Arms? He's happily retired, I think, from the Tartan Arms. And another Rangers supporter. BCM. And I think maybe it is the end of BCM for the year. They do sometimes open up for special parties, and I was half thinking they might have opened up for for Halloween. Not really any signs of that. You'd think they'd have something up if there was going to be anything. And then usually around New Year, Christmas, New Year, they'll open up for some special party nights. So we're back to the market. Consisting of the chicken stall and the fruit and veg. And this is going to get a chicken. They are delicious though, these chickens. Something we really enjoy. Well, we've got the chicken, so I need to just have a look at fruit and vegetables, see what's looking nice here. She wanted some tomatoes. Oh, they've got some ginger.
Yeah, we're going to get some of those.
Sure they'll have something here for us. Well, we managed to find some garlic, some tomatoes, cucumber and celery, so that's really good.
Ginger.
And ginger. And just speaking to the chicken man, he was saying that there is normally a market here every Thursday, and the number of stalls does vary. So they've obviously moved from the car park down into the village. I think that's probably a good move, and well, hopefully it'll stay. And he said there weren't so many people here today, probably because the weather forecast was for rain, and there hasn't been any. Not that we've seen. So yeah, so I guess it's a bit weather dependent. Anyway, we're going to make our way back to the car, and well, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we look forward to seeing you in the next one, wherever that may be. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.